Let's talk about one of the most important cases in English contract law ever, Carlil versus Carbolic Smoke Wall Company. This is a very important case for businesses themselves and anybody who interacts with or purchases from businesses. To set the scene, it's the early 1890s and Britain is going through an influenza epidemic. During this epidemic, a company called the Carbolic Smoke Wall Company released a product they called the Smoke Wall. The company ran a huge advertisement campaign on the product and claimed that anybody who purchased and used this smoke ball according to instructions would not be able to contract the influenza or other illnesses. On top of this claim, they also went on to promise that if anyone did use the smoke ball exactly as instructed and still contracted influenza, they would award them with £100. They didn't just stop there though, they actually claimed that they had already deposited £1,000 into a bank account ready to distribute those sums of £100 to anybody who would actually use the smoke ball according to instructions and still contracted influenza. Now along comes Mrs. Carlil. Mrs. Carlil saw this advertisement. She did not have influenza at the time and decided to purchase the smoke ball and use it exactly according to instructions. Lo and behold, Mrs. Carlil ended up still contracting the influenza after using the smoke ball exactly as instructed. She then decides to go and claim her £100 because obviously it did not work. But when she approaches the company to make the claim, they say to her, well, wait, we're not actually going to give you £100. That was just a mere marketing puff. So she's like, no way, give me my money, which they don't. So she decides to sue them and the case ends up in the Court of Appeal. Just to be clear, she was suing them for breach of contract because she had claimed that she entered a contractual agreement with them the second that she had purchased this product and they were breaching the contract by not fulfilling their end, which was giving her the £100. The key legal questions that they were faced with during court was as followed. Was the advertisement a genuine offer capable of being accepted? Did Mrs. Carlil actually accept the offer? And if so, what did she do that constitutes acceptance of an offer? Was the contract enforceable? And could Carbolic Smoke Wall Company be held liable for breach of contract? The court ultimately sided with Mrs. Carlil, and so the principles of what constitutes a unilateral contract were made so much more clear. A unilateral contract is one where one party, the offerer, promises something in return for a specific act or performance by the offeree. In this case, Carbolic Smoke Wall Company was the offerer, and Mrs. Carlil, along with anybody from the general public that performed that specific act, was the offeree. And therefore, they were in fact in a legally binding contract.